Hello YouTube, this is Drawing Kid 1313 and welcome to something new. Well, not really something new, something that I've had for a while, but we haven't had in quite some time now. If you notice on my hotbar right here, I have some items that aren't normal to, vanilla Minecraft. Same with over here. These look different. That is right. This is episode 1 of my modded Let's Play. But it's not just any modded Let's Play. This is on a server. It is on a server that I own. And I have some bad news about that server, but we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you keep listening, because if you don't listen and then you don't know all the information, and then you ask me about something that I answer in this episode, I'm not going to be the happiest of peoples. So yeah, just continue to listen. So I'm on the server that I own. It's taken a while to get it all set up because CubeToast kind of sort of like ran out of nodes. Like basically their servers were out of stock for a while, and it just took a little bit for them to be able to set up the server for that I ordered. But good thing is that they got it up and running. I didn't have to get my money back. I didn't have to go anywhere else because there really was nowhere else. There's no other company that I would really go to. But they got it up and it is now working, which is awesome. That kind of looks like a flying squid over there, but I don't really know. Anyways, right here, we're in the overworld, and this is where people will spawn. Alright, so they'll spawn right here. And as you can see, I kind of, me, Mr. Quick, and someone else's YouTube name is Pinky Toe Snacker. His Minecraft name is like the Killer, Duck Killer 01, I believe so. So, yeah. Hold on, I have to cough. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. I'm still sick, so yeah, that'll happen. So we went into cheat mode and we kind of went around here and we built around spawn. This is like the exact place that you will spawn when you first start into this world right here. And you can see that we have a little beacon. It just has regeneration and resistance. It's nothing fancy. I just figured it's a nice addition to this whole place, and it just kind of gives you a feel of like kind of a home base type thing. Now if you notice, there's no doors leading outside, and as of now it will stay that way. I don't really want people building in the overworld. Like I don't want people having their bases on the overworld. That's the reason why we have Mistcraft. That way they can create their own age, they could find something they want, and then they could stay there. So that is pretty much how that is going to work. So yes, I cheated in some items. I also cheated in these notebooks. Right here, I think this is the age that I wanted to create. Yeah, because it doesn't have anything inside it, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. This is the Nexus. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, it doesn't have anything in it. So yeah, I cheated in this notebook that has all the symbols. The reason for this is because since this is being hosted from somewhere else, there is pretty much a limit of how large the world file can become. So if we have a whole bunch of people creating a whole bunch of worlds to try and figure out all these symbols, it's going to fill up that limited space that I have fairly quickly. And I don't know how much space I have with CubeToast, but I can guarantee that it's not infinite. So, I don't want people creating 50 different ages per person because that will just overload the server. So I cheated in the notebook. We have all of these choices. We can create a nice stable age, and then we can stay there. I think the way I'm going to work it is like each person can create 2 ages. I might create 3 just because I can, because I want a mob spawner. But that's for later on in the series. 1 second, I have to cough again. Yep, still sick, still sucks. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to work. I had to take a deep breath there, because that's some really bad news. I love how it says that. It's like, it's save the world! It's save the whole world! It's funny. But, hold on, let me take a deep breath again. This server unlike previously stated in other episodes of my SMP Let's Play, is not going to be public. It's going to be yet another whitelisted server. And before all of you start to rage and quit and unsubscribe and label me a bad person and say you hate me, just hear me out for a second. This is modded Minecraft. We're going to have some pretty crazy systems going on in here. There's really no easy way for me to disable the use of chunk loaders. People can use them at any time because they can just go ahead and create one and place it down. I think there is something in the configs, but that can only work so well. But I mean, it's not all of these mods are buckets, so this is just a regular vanilla server with the mods installed onto it. You know, with all the Feed the Beast, because I am using the Feed the Beast mod pack. We have a few mods that we're not using though. I'll explain those in a little bit. We have so many things to explain, so many things to do, so many things to explain. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get anything done in this episode. So yeah, we have sorry, we have all that stuff going on, and it just wouldn't work. Plain and simple. There's no way to tell people, hey, you're only allowed to create one age. We could have one person come on here and create 30 different ages, especially since I give them the materials. But even if I didn't give them the materials, it'd still be crazy because they would still be able to go out, find a few sugarcane, find a few cows, and then create a whole bunch of ages. It would just be madness. And the server would get overloaded so quickly because there would be so many different worlds. That world file would jump up to like 10 gigabytes in 2 days because so many people would come on here and just keep creating ages. Especially if I made it so that it's not public, then anyone can join. And it doesn't matter if they have good intentions or if they have bad intentions. Someone can come on here and they could just be like thinking, they could be like stroking their beard and be like, I think that I'm just gonna come over here to fuck shit up. And they could go ahead and do that, and they could screw everything up. Now, of course, I disabled the crafting of nukes and industrial TNT, but still, there's a lot of things in this mod that you could really screw up things with. I mean, just imagine you spend all this time on a base. You come in, you log onto the server one day, and all of a sudden there's a huge quarry just right over your base. It's been chunk loaded, so it's been running this whole time, and the quarry just dug out everything that used to be your base. Which would actually be a really funny prank. Don't do that to me, please, guys. But I mean, just imagine that. Just the amount of griefing that we would have would be ridiculous. And, you know, even if I did the thing like I originally said, you know, I'm going to start it out as public, and the first time that someone griefs, I'm going to have to shut it down. I guarantee you that someone would grief within the first 3 days that the server was up and public and running. So there's really just no way that I would be able to have this public without one, getting rid of miscrafts, and one, getting rid of all the mods. It really just would not be possible. I apologize for that. Now, of course, if I did want to get a server that could handle it being public, that could handle a whole bunch of people, that could handle a whole bunch of worlds, well, I'd have to get like an 8 gigabyte RAM server, which is $100 a month. And that's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, how many of you have $100 up per month? Per month. Not just one-time fee. It's per month. How many of you have $100 that you could just throw away each month? Exactly. So there's just so many reasons why we can't make it public. So it's going to be private. You're going to have to fill out an application to get on here. I'm working on creating one in Google Docs because you can create applications. XJeets showed me how to do that a little bit ago, which was very nice. I thank you. And we can go ahead and we can start looking at applications, start accepting them, and just do all that fun stuff. So, hold on. So there are 4 people currently on the server. We have Baster09, we have Mr. Quick, and we have someone else, you know, Pinky Toe Snacker or The Killer 01. And they're the 4 people that are whitelisted on the server so far. I'm going to add about 12 more people. And we're going to start out with that. Depending on how often everyone runs in, or stops by the server, how much stress is being put on the server, because I think right now, just with 2 people, it's actually not doing the best. I have to up the RAM, and I probably will do that after this episode. Actually, no, it's not doing too bad right now. Oh wait, no, it's my other server. Yeah, it's around 68% memory usage, just with 2 people on, in the same world. So, it's going to be some crazy stuff that goes on. So let's think of a name. I'm going to try and do something in this episode. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go with that. DK's world. Press enter. Awesome. Okay, now we have DK's world. What do we want in here? Well, I would love for it to be... Do I want single biomes? No, let's do, should we do tiny biomes? Let's do medium biomes. Lighting, gonna do standard lighting. Bright lighting is always nice, but it really screws with the mob spawning. And that kind of doesn't work the best. So we're gonna go ahead, see, I like to have a green sky. Green sky. Black clouds, that sounds cool. White sunset. Blue fog. And blue sunset. Alright, so those are the colors that I want in there. It's pretty cool. Terrain features. We could use some villages. Could use some strongholds, I guess. Sure, why not? I always like to have starfishers in my world. Nah. Ravines. We could use some ravines. Good for caving. And we're not going to do too much caving. I'm going to have a separate world for just mining. When I could have a quarry and stuff. That way I can destroy that world. So the world in which I live. Let's see what else. Glowstone crystals. Dungeon crystals. Dungeon caves. So I have glowstone crystals and caves. Terrain generation. Flat would be funny. Let's do standard terrain. Time. Let's do slow time. I would love to do an eternal day, but the problem with that is that I wouldn't be able to reset my spawn. Because it would never be nighttime and I would never be able to sleep. Weather. No weather. I hate rain. This stuff, world modifiers, I don't want any of this. I do not want any of this because it adds instability to the world. That's not cool. Now, as far as the biomes go, I want extreme hills. I want extreme hills. Isn't it? Extreme hills edge, extreme hills. Alright, I could use a desert. Could use a very nice desert in my world, because I love deserts. Let's have a rainforest in there, just because it has a very nice color green to the thing. Let's have swampland. That way we could have some slimes going in there. And then let's also have mini jungle. Sounds just funny. Let's see, what else do we want in here? Yeah, let's have a mushroom island in there. We gotta do it. Gotta do it. So I'm pretty sure that we got everything. This should be stable. It should be should be right. There's a bat. It lags really bad when you go to the when you generate a new world, basically. Oh, look. Alright, so this is the Nexus. Has some really nice black stained glass and then some red stained glass on the inside. I'm gonna put my book right here, I already have the link book stand, which I did make legitly, by the way. I did make it legitly. I'm gonna put our book there. Oh wait, no, that's the overworld link book. We're gonna put our world in there. I'm gonna click on it, and here we go. It's gonna generate. It might be an option in the config. Option in the That was hilarious. When that world generated, the CPU usage went up to like 70%. Let's see, so I assume that this is the rainforest. We have a mushroom kingdom. Or mushroom island, mushroom kingdom. Lol. And we also I need some food. Well, let's chop down a tree so that I can get some bowls so I can milk some cows. I'm not sure if I'm going to put EE on this server yet, like when it first comes out. It depends on how balanced it is. If it's like the last version, I'm not going to put it on the server because it's just so easy to mess with stuff on there. There we go. Take this with us, and we should go get some food. Alright, so we have our world. I am going to go a little bit further away. That way, because I kind of wanted to spawn in the extreme hills biome. But this actually looks like a very ugly world. This is very ugly. But yeah, we're gonna do some exploring. And I'm gonna pause the recording. I see extreme hills over there, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna pause the recording now, that way I can talk with Baser because I don't think that he's actually been on the server just yet. So I'm gonna talk with him. We may even get him an age set up. And then no, we'll be back soon. So, oh, that looks so cool. I love the sky. Did I choose black clouds? Alright, so I shall be right back. Alright, so we are back here. I haven't explored my world at all. I actually should have made a link book to it. But it's okay, it's in the Nexus and we can get to that from there. I have a few books on me, that way we can make some nice little linking books. We already have one to the overworld, which is nice. And yeah, hold on. Of course, now that I start recording, I have to cough. So as you could probably tell, I'm still a little sick. Still don't feel the best. But at least I can, for the most part, kind of talk. It does kind of hurt. And my chest is still very congested. And that's partially because I took Claritin yesterday, and it's kind of just wearing off. So it's actually like one of the worst times for me to be recording because it's just wearing off. But I have to go to work soon, so I wanted to try and record this and have it up before I went off to work. So yeah. So Baster over here is creating his world. Should be cool. I'm gonna take another link book to the overworld. So I always like to have one on me. It's always something important. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be whitelisted. Again, I'm gonna have the application up. I'm gonna try for tomorrow. Alrighty, so we are back here. I have found my my place that I'm going to take base at. Looks pretty cool. Just part of the extreme hills, which means that we could find some emeralds while we're down here. Not that they have too much use, but they look pretty. So we have like a nice little large hole right there, and then it goes around. This face of the mountain looks really cool. Let me go over there. So I think I'm already trying to like plan it out in my head. That way we can have a good idea of how we want things to look. But I'm going to start my base like up here-ish, and then as we build, more rooms and more, machine rooms and stuff, we're going to go down here and possibly have them poking out the side of this little overhang, which would look pretty cool. We also have some glowstone right there that I may collect as needed. But I came over here for this beautiful coal. And so yeah, that's pretty much all. Ooh, I didn't know that was that much of a fall. Ooh, okay, well, I got the coal, that's for sure. I wanted to make some torches, cause it's I don't know what time it is. The sun moves too slow to like figure out which way it's going. Pretty sure that that's sunset though, so it's like midday-ish. Not too bad. Have to find some sheep. I haven't found any sheep yet. Kind of worrying. Found some pigs. I trapped one, which is nice because then we can get some food instead of having to run over to a mushroom island biome. Actually, I have a question. I'm not too sure if I want this place to be the place where, I call my home, like permanently, because this is where I'm going to be building most of the machines that I use. Sorry. And, just things like that. And I was thinking, this is cool and all, but should I choose something different? So what I'm asking you guys is, should I keep this, or should I build my base in a Skylands world with like the same kind of sky? I actually really like the chromatic sky. We could go ahead and take a trip over to the Nexus to take a look at Base 09's world. Let's go over there. So this is right here. Let's go ahead and check it out. You can see it's a chromatic sky, so it'll just like change colors as the sun moves around. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, and he chose an extreme hills biome as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Just tell me what you think about that. Should I stick with the world that I have, or should I go to a Skylands biome? Because that would be pretty cool as well. They could do a lot of stuff with that. So just tell me what you think. Tell me any other ideas, suggestions, whatever they may be in the comments section. Please do not ask about getting into the server just yet. Again, I'm making the application. If you ask now, I'm going to remember it. It's going to lessen your chances of getting into the server, because I enjoy working with people that know how to listen. It's very important kind of personality trait for me. So just make sure that you do that and all that. So I want to thank you for watching. It's really interesting how that blends together. I want to thank you for watching. Again, tell me your thoughts, suggestions, whatever you may have in the comment section. And I'll see you in episode 2. Bye-bye.